Well, when I first started this channel, I didn't know what I was going to talk about. I mean, I got a plan, and I'm going to talk about a lot of the things that are that are going wrong, that are going wrong. But man, one thing that pisses me off, and I mean, just gets me beyond angry, is my phone. I mean, it's got a mind of its own. You be just sitting doing something, all of a sudden it'll say advertisement. I mean, you're looking at, you know, whatever. How do you get that off there? Well, it just interrupted everything you're doing and takes over your phone. Then it goes to somewhere else and to somewhere else. And you're like, back, 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 home, 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 home. You piece of shit. And you just want to throw it. You know what I'm saying? And, I started this channel because I thought I was just going to say my feelings and do a lot of things. But I think that I might do product reviews. I mean, there's a lot of stuff to bitch about. Really. I mean, a lot of things that I would order on Amazon and get it and test it. Well, that's not what they said. I mean, and I think everybody else needs to know that too. Well, I'm laid down, sorry, and it just hit me that I want to speak. So, it's just come to my attention that I've always been like up here watching myself and watching myself succeed, watching myself fail, and I just stand up there and go, "What? Why did you just let me do that?" I mean, and then you start talking to them. See, that's why you need counseling. Okay. Well, not everybody has that person. Come on, man. Okay. Look, it's just, lots of problems, lots of things come up, and it may, trigger stuff. Let's talk about trigger. Okay? Trigger. And what does that mean? Nowadays, it means if you say a certain thing, oh, they're triggered. And what? They just go curl up in the corner and they can't handle it. Well, how many of you realize that's been going on for a long time? A long time. They're telling me on YouTube that you need to set your phone down. You need to set your phone. I don't sit still. Okay, I just don't. I can't. I mean, if I were to put my phone in like a cup phone holder, this that, and face it toward me and use the rear cameras, which these rear cameras are like, $1 million cameras that film friggin' Steven Spielberg stuff. I don't know how to use it. If you got somebody that is growing up wants to be a film producer and this and that, and they want to come and produce my film and use the cameras and do stuff, that's fine. I mean, right off the bat when it says, how are you going to start? You start a YouTube channel, you need to do this, and put your phone in a cup holder and film yourself with the back camera because it's the best one and all this kind of thing. Dude, I got the best phone that is out. The Galaxy. It's 2023. You figured it out. For free. Because I have a lot of straight talk points. Okay? Straight Talk Wireless. They'll give you the greatest, service in the world. I've had Straight Talk since they started. They use Verizon towers. Now I guess they're sold to Verizon, which Verizon's horrible. T-Mobile. Okay, we're not on phones. Don't get me going on that. Moses. Anyhow. So it was brought to my attention not too long ago by someone on the Facebooks that this book existed. Really. I was floored. They, put the message on, sent a private message or whatever. I was like, well, who's that? What, really? They had the sack to say all that stuff? I gotta get the book. I got the book. Kids. And it's worse than I thought. There's about 5 stories in there that I know the truth to. Boy, oh boy. It really makes me understand why I've been treated how I have, what's happened, and what's going on now in Henry County, Indiana. My poor cousin. Man. I couldn't think of a better dude. I've never, and I hear a lot. I know a lot. And I wish I didn't know a lot of stuff about Henry County. I mean, there's, a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. Let's look. I gotta lighten the mood a second. Okay. Now check this out. So, I'm an Amazon fan. Okay. Amazon Prime, love everything they do. Didn't know they made sunglasses that are 1.75. Check it out. .75 readers. I never in my life thought I'd look like, Jerry Cantrell or Lane Staley. I've tried to dye my hair and it ended up red. Anybody that knows me knows that, I've had like 9 girlfriends in my entire life. My entire life. Okay. 7 of them are redheads. No. 7 of them were redheads. I could write books on redheads and the attitudes they come with. Okay? Hey, listen. I fantastically loved every single one of them. I mean, with my heart. Okay? I've never been that guy that just, was able to get and get. You know what I mean? I don't. Once we start kissing, I'm in love with you. True story. And I guess it goes back to, when we lived at Carthage. All right, let me try to get this more professional. God, I'm so old. It wears on your soul, man. It does. It wears. And our parents that never think of this. I'm just doing this because I'm thinking of it. And I'm thinking of all the stuff that made my life go wrong. And I'm thinking of all the stuff. Now, I'm not trying to blame it on anything. I mean, crap, I've made my own decisions, right? But, one can't make decisions with tainted, thought processes. Gotta have some good teachers. Had some good teachers. I mean, I could have been a professional baseball player. Hated basketball. I can't even begin to tell you how bad I hated basketball in school. Hated it. Okay? My 5th grade teacher was trying to throw a basketball at somebody else because he was jacking around. I mean, like the team star throws the basketball at him like full bore, overhand, whizzing grown man at 5th graders. Trying to hit this other dude in the head. Smokes me right in the face. Carthage Elementary. Really didn't want to do nothing after that because I thought, damn, the only person I'd ever known, other than that's, the like adult man person was my dad. And, in the middle there, okay, so here's where we get to the basis of my issues, I believe. So, I mean, you move to a town, and I had, a bit of family there. And they're, oh, are you in Cub Scouts? What's that? Well, oh crap, I was already, shit, at 5 years old, man, my mom would say, here's a sandwich, don't come back till supper. I'd leave at, 10 or o'clock in the morning. I mean, I'm little, which is fine because I was, we didn't know no better. This is what you did. Go back to the woods. I'd hang out in the woods all day by myself. We didn't watch TV when I was growing up. We were Nazarenes. Oh, my dad wasn't, but my mom was a Nazarene. Do y'all know what that is? I'm talking about the culottes, the skirts, that, you make your own clothes because you don't give money to the man or whatever, and just, grab you by the hair, beat your head on the ground. I'm trying to teach you about the love of Jesus. True story. We used to laugh later on in life, me and my mom and my sister, because she used to chase around the table. I mean, going to beat you. You know what I'm saying? And then tell your dad she had to beat you. And your dad's going to beat you. And I don't mean beat you. I mean just unleash some bullshit. Right? Well, well, you didn't. I mean, there wasn't nobody to tell. You don't do that. And I just ended up trying to get more beatings than my sister. Because I didn't want her to get beat. And they didn't. I mean, I ain't trying to twist all this into beatings and all that, but they didn't know they were doing that. If toward the end, they were who they were. And I know they felt bad about it. Because who just loses their mind, and just beats the dog shit out of their kids, And back in that day, they just did it because they wanted to. Or because, their parents beat the dog shit out of them. You know what I mean? That's just what worked. I mean, I've been hit with everything you can think about. Okay? And this isn't to make my parents look bad. Okay? Because as far as it goes, I had pretty good parents. But on the other hand, they were terrible. Terrible. I'm a terrible parent. Didn't know I was a terrible parent till, a certain age. Didn't even know that. I thought I was doing the right thing. I thought I was doing everything that you should do. Boy, having a lot of trouble with my hand today. I mean, it's like I can't control my thumb. My right side, where I got electrocuted and got that nerve knock. I mean, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do now? Nope. I don't know. Boy, I tell you, this is almost like the invention of, when you see those videos on TV that, the people get the glasses for the colorblind people and they put them on, and they're all, man, that shit makes me cry every time. But I don't know what it was, man. Ever since that, stuff happened to me, in Boy Scouts and moved on up to the Explorers and, a whole other story. I have just wanted to wear sunglasses. And it just makes me so comfortable. And a lot of people in school that know me would always know, hey, why are you wearing sunglasses? I just felt better. These sunglasses are bifocal readers. I don't never have to take them off again. That's almost like getting a prosthetic leg. Awesome. Okay. So, the Boy Scout deal. It's something that has come up recently. I have a lawyer, and I have had for Jeez. 5 years. And you tell the lawyer these stories. Now, you got to realize I'm 55 years old. Okay. I can count on one hand the people that I've actually admitted some of this stuff to. And here I sit looking at myself. No teeth. Look like hell. I was always 50-50, about my looks and my stuff and, always embarrassed when I went out with my daughter, oh, the old dude. What happened to his teeth? I had some kind of jaw disease, as I said in the last video, and blah, blah, where my dentures come in, got shocked, knocked it. But Jesus out of me, they broke in half, this, that. Nobody's going to fix them. Funny story. I walked into a store. I took a lift downtown here not too long ago, St. Petersburg, And I'm walking around just kind of feeling free, worrying about all this stuff. But everybody's dead, It's not going to matter if they find out about this stuff. So should I tell? Should I back up some of these stories? Should I produce the evidence that I have against these officials, public officials? I'm not sure what to do. Kids, not sure what to do. And this stuff has caused me problems my entire life. I still talk to most of my ex-girlfriends. And man, they know me inside, okay? And they're like, well, this is what's caused it all. But I don't want to disappear. I don't really give a damn. So, don't take me wrong on that, because the shorter it is, the better off I am. Sorry for everybody else that's got to be sad, but I'm miserable. Understand what I'm saying? I ain't even gonna say that. If I walk outside tomorrow and you figured what I was getting ready to say, it's just not going to matter to me, because I really don't care. I said there's a part in the movie. Well, you just don't give a damn. And that's why, was talking about sitting in Casablanca having a drink. And you sit down there. Frankly, Scarlett, I don't give a damn. Boy, and I feel that. I don't. I don't care. But what I do care is some of these things that's happened. And I've had people come forward. I've had people messaging me oh my God, this happened to me, this, that, and the other, so and so. Well, that feels okay. Feels a little bit good. You know, it changes the course of your life. Mine. It changes what you think about. It jacks with your relationships. It makes you want to be somebody than who you are. Now that my mom, oh, I can't say this hardly out loud. Now that my mom's dead, my dad's dead, there's nobody really to let down except for my wife. Maybe my friends, too. I got nothing to hide, kids. Boy, and my stories are going to be stuff that people are not going to want to hear. But the problem is it's the truth. Now, don't get me wrong. I've done some terrible things in my life. And that's the truth. Do I feel bad about them? Boy, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't, I had no idea. But you get to a certain age, and it's just like, slice. Oh, shit. Crap, dude. You know? I don't know what to say about that. I really don't. I don't know what you're supposed to do about that. I mean, I really don't. I really have no idea. I mean, I've talked to counselors, as I said before, and they, if somebody gives me good advice, I'm like, oh, I didn't. Oh, now that's something that I should go home and build on. But you get advice from these other people. I mean, I was in a flood. I'm getting electrocuted. It's tormentuous. It's stormy. There's storms. I had a person tell me, why didn't you just pump the water out of the house? To where? To outside? It's the same footage outside as it is here. I mean, you just stop talking. Why didn't you turn the power off? Well, I was headed toward the box. Okay? Actually, I was headed toward the shoe collection. Didn't know the power was on. Got the dog shit knocked out of me. Okay? Yes, sir. And I honestly, I think it jostled something loose. I mean, because now I'm off to the left a little bit. I mean, when I walk and everything and try to do stuff, I mean, I'm like turning left circles, which ain't a bad thing. But I'm trying to walk straight. That's a problem. I can't keep a thought. I can't remember nothing. I write everything down, and then I don't know what I did with it. That's funny, but it ain't. It ain't funny. Because I see my parents, I seen them do the same thing. And what do I got left? Now that I'm realizing this, if my mom would have realized it and sat and made a video and, she had about 6 months. I'm at the same point, damn near the same age, of exactly the same thing my dad had and did. And, well, I mean, there's different stories and stuff, but man, it's coming. That's the only thing I'm honestly scared about, is if all of a sudden I just don't realize what I'm doing, and I mean, who's going to help me? Where am I going to go? What am I going to do? I mean, my stepdad did everything right that he was supposed to do in the world. And he ended up bent over in a wheelchair, blood sugar 20, at a nursing home that cost $10,000 a month. And, the ladies were good. There was just too many people for them, I mean, they'd come into work and, it's room 1, 2, 3, 4, 20, changing diapers and God knows what else. They did the best they could. And I don't want any of those ladies that watch this that recognize me or whatever it might be to think that it was their fault. The blue-haired manager of the place, she was a bitch. And she absolutely did not give a damn. And I don't even know how you could be like that. Because the first time I walked in there and said, "How's it going? You guys got my mom in a good spot?" I had a Trump hat on. I'm straight white redneck, right? I mean, I don't hate nobody. I am not prejudiced. I'm friends with everybody. But boy, she did not like me. It triggered, as we began, her. And she just went far and beyond to punish. I don't remember what her name is. Nothing. But she did. Boy, I don't know if there's such a thing called cigarette lighter's thumb, but that's the last one I'll get. I got lucky with that. Now my thumb is just stinging so bad. Shouldn't have did that. I don't know what happened when I got electrocuted. Honestly don't, but boy, it's jacked some stuff up. I mean, it's goofed my mind a little bit. I can't remember what to do every day. At night, maybe sometimes I'll come up with a plan, and write it down, this and that, and think, oh, good. Now tomorrow, I got an agenda. Then tomorrow comes and I can't figure out what I did with the agenda. And I don't find it till 2 days later. It's funny. But it ain't cool. Because when you're by yourself and you look at yourself and you see yourself, it's freaking terrifying. Terrifying. I've been having a lot of problems with the words. the you know, closed captions, because sometimes I don't enunciate my words. Well, I can't feel my lips. And so I hear what I'm saying. I don't like that. So, I think, my kids think a certain way about me, and, part of it's true. But anybody that knows me, man, I love my kids, I do. I'm so hurt that I guess I'm hurt at myself, that I didn't do the right thing, and I didn't, end up with kids that love me. That sucks, kids, right there. Let me tell you. Because I'm about to embark on the very first Thanksgiving. Now, I spent jail on Thanksgiving. Don't get me wrong. But I mean the very first Thanksgiving, which is my birthday, by myself. And I can guarantee that I can predict what's going to happen that day. And it's not going to be surprises. It's not going to be no movie fairy tale crap. Everybody comes out of the woodwork and loves, Scooter Magoo. Because they're not. And you read about people who murder people and do all kinds of crazy stuff. And that shit's real. I mean, people are just, I don't understand what you're doing. This is just going to continue. And hopefully me talking to you guys, whomever you might be, around the world. I think the internet's the greatest thing ever invented. And it's also the worst thing. So butt heads with that. But anyway, if you ask people, well, girls that I've been involved with, if I love them, I wonder what they'd say. Because I thought I did. I get in a relationship, kids, I'm full in. I mean, full in. And that's part of my problem, is that you just don't stand back and look at the situation and, this probably ain't so good, or whatever, this, that, and the other. Dude, I'm full in. I love heavily. And now, I love my wife, but I don't got nobody else to love. Because either, it's my fault because of this other shit that's been jacking with me for years and stuff. You had a person I used to work for that was just intricate as could be. Would say, why'd you do this? He'd stop you. Anything that comes out of your mouth after this is an excuse. Well, no, it's a reason of why I did. Excuse. Of why you fucked it up. Why you screwed it up. You know, when you hit your funny bone, maybe it just rings for a minute. And you're like, oh God, when's this going to stop? Well, it don't. It's just like half right now. You can feel it. You can, I mean, honestly, when it is full situation, you can almost hear it. I feel like I can hear my hand hurting. That's messed up, right? Anyway, my point was, I've been in love with girls, and to this day, they didn't even know I was in love with them. I was in love with this one girl. I think it was sixth grade. And I used to go to this place in Indiana every weekend. And, you know, my dad would make wood products and things to sell and such and such. Mouse in the house and Mickey Mouse balloons tonight. That was the dude that was next to us. And that is etched in my brain permanently. I think if I'm on my deathbed and everybody knows I'm about to die, that's what I'll hear in my brain. Mouse in the house and Mickey Mouse balloons tonight. We got mouse in the house, and over and over and over. And that was the guy next to us. Had a clear balloon. Excuse me. Had a clear balloon and had a Mickey Mouse inside it. Mouse in the house. And Mickey Mouse balloons tonight. And it's daytime. This dude is saying it all day long. I mean, you got to the place, Strawberry Festival, Cincinnati, or, you know, Marion County Fair, the stuff like that. He was right there. And honestly, actually, I think it was the very first time we did the Marion County Fair. Now where Circle City Raceway is. And by the way, kids, this is not an unhappy channel. Okay? I'm a race car fan. Anybody that knows me will know that's true. So there's stuff coming on that. I mean, I can't do a channel or anything in my soul or anything in my heart that has anything to do with anything without including race cars. Okay? Or something that came from a race car or somebody or something. You know. The Circle City Raceway. And let me just tell you, I think they've done a fantastic job. I really do. And, you know, Dave Duncan, Jimmy Wyman, Mount Lawn Speedway, Newcastle, Indiana. Boy, oh boy, what a fantastic thing they did there. I mean, fantastic. And everybody will say, I would think, pretty much the same thing. They brought that up from the dead. They know they're racers. You know. And if anybody's got a topic of discussion, I will do that. Put it in the comments and, you know, I'll make that the next episode. We'll talk about Terry Wendy or, you know, Ryan Preece or back in the day, or, you know, Charlie Schwartz, Cadillac Man, one of our favorites. And of course, one of my heroes, LJ Lyons. You know, I actually talked to him a bit about sobriety and things. And I don't know how people get sober. I really don't. I mean, at this moment, I'm pretty bored with it, you know. So I've been pretty good for the last few days, and don't really think that I just don't want to do that no more. You know, I mean, and you say sobriety, you say whatever it is, you know. I mean, it's not completely out of hand or anything to that effect, but it just that it goes away. I mean, you can guzzle a fifth of vodka and you will be drunk, but then it goes away. But to get that feeling, you got to do it again and again and again and again and again. Well, after a while, I mean, even the president gets bored, you know. So you want more and more and more and more and more. Well, once you've done the more, and it's all more, and everything's more, now there's nothing to do. So now what do? Well, you should go back to what you were doing, you know, which is my whole point in walking to Spain. Because at 17 years old, I think it was 16, maybe, I was turned loose. I was running from everything. I hitchhiked from Virginia to Louisiana. Think about that a second. To see Ozzy with Lonnie Carter. Lonnie Carter, if you're out there, buddy. USS Ponce, LPD 15. Love you. That was great. Great time. And your buddy with the convertible Bronco and all that stuff that, you know, gave us $20 and man. Cool. Back in the Black Bayou, honey. Black Bayou, Louisiana. We hitchhiked from Virginia to Louisiana and ended up in, oh my goodness, what's the name of that place? Well, it wasn't Shreveport. It was, and you know, people on the internet will research anything. So it was like when the Black Bayou was dry, 87, 6, I don't know. Somewhere in there. Got down there. Lonnie had money. We hung out with his parents. I'm from Indiana, kids. This is the furthest I've ever been in my life. I'm headed to California to see David Lee Roth. That was my whole point. I wanted to meet David Lee Roth, and I was not going to be stopped. Well, that didn't happen. They ended up at Dallas airport. Call my dad. Need a ticket. Big discussion. You know, you're an idiot. You know, you'll never grow up and be as famous as me, and you know, pro ball player and all blah blah. He was right. Huh. But you know, what I found out, and what has, you know, become the realization of who that person was. I didn't want to do that because you turn out to be an asshole. Well, I turned out to be an asshole anyway, just with no money. If I had money, I'd be a bigger asshole. Guarantee it. Because I get it. I totally get it. I've been around rich people, believe it or not. I mean, super rich people. Okay? I mean, like, more than rich or petty rich. Okay? They're normal people, man. They're just normal. You know? But they're going to manipulate you. They're going to twist it. They're going to do stuff. I don't give a shit about you. You know? The only person who really gives a shit about you is you. You should drive home from, some of those, things and cry. Did I have a great time? Yes, I did. Was I a part of something epic? Yes, I was. Could you ever think that you would be doing that kind of thing? But how do they treat you? Like dog shit. Okay? The people that have treated me the best in my life are people that you did not expect that to come from. Let me just tell you, there's been a few people that's had extreme impacts on my life. Very serious impacts on my life where you can't control your feelings. I mean, right now at this age, I feel like that, man, you can't do nothing to me that's gonna affect nothing. I don't give a damn. If I wake up in the morning and I'm dead, thank you, Jesus. If I wake up in the morning and I'm still alive, I'm upset. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to, take my own life or do anything, so don't even try to go that way. Because, first of all, I don't have the energy. Second of all, it'd probably hurt, and I don't want to do all that. And I'd probably miss, and, how it would all go wrong. Be on the news and the whole, Florida man tried to, blah, blah. Bad. It would go bad, I guarantee it. But hey, I just want to give a shout out to Napa. You know who you are. I love you, man. You're really a pivotal person in my life. I didn't mean to treat you that way, man. I didn't. I feel really bad about it. But I love you. I do. So anyway, another video of God bless, here it comes. I don't know if I should have did this a long time ago or if this is a terrible idea. But it's about to all come out. There's so much more coming. Just be nice to somebody. And if you think, that's not a good idea. Well, it's never not a good idea to be nice to somebody. Napa was good to me. A lot of friends are good to me. And I didn't really soak it in like I should have. And I feel bad about that. And I'm sorry. I really am sorry. So I love y'all. See you next time. Don't forget. Watch the races. Pay attention. Vote for who you want to. Unless it's the wrong candidate. And come back. There's a lot of stuff to come. Later.